kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay. Kabayad pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here inside the Xavier School, San Juan City. This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. 18 under division featuring Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy and PASIG Stallions. Now let us meet the starters for both teams. First, for Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy. Starting point guard, number 0, Enzo Uuro. Shooting guard, number 33, Marlo Alacapa. At forward, number 14, Riley Paras. Other forward, number 1, Jaime Habana. And at center, number 41, Vin Villena. The head coach is Poti De Vera. His assistants are Joffer Tapia, Mike Bautista, and Timothy Rodon. Team manager, JJ Tudoro and Romel Macapagal. And now let us meet the starters from your PASIG Stallions. Starting point guard, number 6, Simon Cole. At center, number 15, James Sia. Small forward, number 16, Wesley Hugh. Power forward, number 27, Edwin T. And at shooting guard, number 77, Andrew Chio. The head coach is Willie Wilson, assisted by Russell Ripon. Team manager, Cynthia De La Cruz. Officiating this ball game, Ben Gomez, Kim Clavicilius, and Eric Demapanag. Junior MPBL Executive Director, Mr. Jer Navarro. Junior MPBL Commissioner, Mr. Kit Picasso.
Hello at our starters brought to us by Doride. Ang bola ng Pinoy, it's Ko, Chio, D, U, and Sia para sa PASIG Stallions. Cavite City naman has Uuro, Alacapa, Habana, Paras, and Villena to round out their 5 in this 18-under matchup between Cavite City, MTJH Basketball Academy, and the PASIG Stallions. Game number 3 of a 9-game slate mula pa rin nga dito sa Xavier School in San Juan City. Jaime Mendihar along with Justin Almeda together with Nicole Lim bringing you the action. Pleasant afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Hope you're having a great Saturday so far. And Justin, 2 games down, 1-1 apiece. Itong parehong koponan na rubber match here in our 1800 division.
A rubber match indeed, and tingnan natin, no, who will have that first run here.
Our earlier ball games nga, no, it has been a game of runs. Both teams, pagkakala mo makakabitaw na yung isa, hahabulin ng kabila. Tightly contested ball games we're seeing in both the 14 and 16 under, hoping for this 18 under to be no different. As Yu opens up the scoring dito sa ating laro with that sweet looking stroke.
That was a nice jumper to open the festivities for Pasig. For Cavite naman, they are still winless here, going 0-3 in the 18 and under division.
Quite a contrast, no, sa kanilang 14 under team na undefeated naman, no, hanggang ngayon after securing that victory in our first game of this Saturday. 4-0 now for their 14 under counterparts. Certainly, if ikaw naman ang PASIG Stallions, this is your first game dito sa ating season number 3. Would want to start it on a winning note.
Of course, this Pasig team, they did finish second in their recent tournament in Tionglian.
Press para dito sa PASIG Stallions. That's Chio trying to make it difficult para kay Paras na maitawid. Villena will try from outside. That's short. A bit of a slow start here para sa Cavite City. Shades of that 16 under team kanina. That was also finding it difficult to get their rhythm at the beginning of quarters. No, not just in the first, but the beginning of the quarters in our first half.
Oh, but if you're Pasig right now, no, the mentality you come into this new year, new school year, falling short in the finals, you have to have that parang bawi factor na medyo gigil ka no?
Showing the competitiveness, syempre, ng mga batang to. And speaking of competitor, ka nang lumayo, no? Coach Willie Wilson certainly would bring that brand of competitiveness sa iyong koponan. That's Andrew Chio giving Pasig an early 4-point advantage. Press agad dito ang Pasig, looking for that trap. Stolen away. Chio once again, back-to-back baskets.
So according to Coach Russell, Chio is their main scorer. He is their star in the team.
Pressure defense talaga ng Pasig dito. Nagpapahirap sa Cavite City. This is the type of start you're looking for if you are Stallions. Try to dictate agad kung ano yung tempo na gusto mo sa laro. Chio with the interception earlier. Early 4 points para sa kanya. Under 7 minutes to play dito sa ating first quarter. This is Yu. Got the ball around. Back to Chio. Stepping through, floats it up. Couldn't get the bounce. Maaagawan si Paras. Yu once again. Attacking the baseline, they go back outside, open for a 3. But falling short was D.
That was a good look there para kay D. More known as a defender according to Coach Russell. Pero the style of this Pasig team, they like pressuring that basketball and they like using their defense as their main weapon on offense.
And we've seen that time and time again. That ability to able to translate nga yung depensa mo into easy points as they've done a couple of times here sa ating first period. Just as we say that, another steal para sa Pasig. Couple of attempts here won't fall para dito sa Pasig. D still couldn't convert. Yu battling his way inside. Villena just standing his ground.
Trying to create his own space for that shot. Walling up was 3 white shirts.
Magang palitan dito para sa Cavite City. Number of players will take a seat. And if any indication yung kanilang 16 under team, Justin, it was their second unit that provided a spark in terms of their offense. Almost another steal, but very active on the defensive side talaga itong PASIG Stallions. Just as you said nga, yun nga yung gustong dalhin dito sa larong ito ng PASIG.
Here, the second unit of Cavite City just coming in. And now we will see if they can spark that run.
That's one stop once again para sa PASIG Stallions. Even yung hindi sila makaagaw, forcing that 8-second violation. Maybe a lack of awareness in that possession para sa Cavite City. This is D. It's 4 seconds to shoot. It's offensive foul, itatawag dito. It would be called against Rambert Lagar.
Lagar was not able to set his feet, still moving. Called for that illegal screen.
Talagang nagko-collapse yung depensa dito ng PASIG Stallions. Another steal. Although they throw it away. Turnovers piling up para dito sa Cavite City. Make that 5 turnovers. Not even 6 minutes gone by dito sa ating first period.
And you can see the quickness of the PASIG team, no? Na pagdating sa mga corners, naka-double team na agad. And really quick on their feet, getting those steals.
Even in that 16 under team kanina, Justin, no? Para makikita mo may ganun ding type of defense itong Stallions. Just using that agility. That time, Chio will be called for a foul. First on Chio, impeding the progress there of Jaime Teodoro.
Of course, Jaime Teodoro, one of the main guys for Cavite City. Previous game, 13 points, 8 rebounds, a near double-double performance.
So scoreless though, itong Cavite City so far. Couldn't buy a basket. Maybe this is the opportunity na pwede nilang makuha ang kanilang unang puntos. This is Dominic Makalinkag. Ano naman yung size nito niya Makalinkag? It's one of the taller players, if not the tallest player dito sa ating floor.
Makalinkag was not able to see action as well in their last game against Quezon City 8-8. They did lose that ball game 91-78, making their record 0-3.
Hirapan nga to search for that first victory itong Cavite City. And kapag may ganyang losing streak ka at the beginning of the season, how do you kind of try and reset yung mga sarili nyo, no? Even both as coaches and even as players?
Well, their losses were not so big, no? A 13-point loss in the previous one. The second one was a 10-point loss, and the one before that, a 9-point loss. So, you just have to work on those small details. Kung ano man yung mga pagkukulang nyo. Let's say if you do cough up the basketball through yung mga full court presses na yan, then you work on it. You have your coaches there to guide you. At the same time, you stay consistent, work on your skills training. Diba? And then you take it one game at a time. You learn from your mistakes.
With any struggling team, no? And minsan pag ganito rin kasi kabagal yung laro, you're not yet able to find your first points. I would say may doubt na rin na nagki-creep in. Parang 0-3 na tayo, tapos we're still having difficulty to put the basketball inside the hole. And meanwhile, dito sa PASIG Stallions, yung biliga ready na sinasabi nga natin kanina is no different here for this PASIG team. Despite this being their first game sa ating season number 3. 1 out of 2 there para kay Wesley Yu. It's a turnover on that inbound. Because Fernandez could have taken a number of steps prior to getting that ball inside.
So now that was an unforced turnover. A bit careless there was Cavite City.
Napayungan doon ang depensa ng Cavite City. Better defense there shown by the white shirts. Approaching the 2.5 mark of our first. Trying to back his way down. Gandang P-hit. Just couldn't get the roll, but headed to the line is Jaime Teodoro.
It's a big man with great size and good footwork. He was showing there.
One of the players, like you said, no, na inaasahan nga dito ng Cavite City despite their 0-3 start, averaging close to 14 points a contest. But 3 straight misses from the charity stripe, not helping the cause of Cavite City. Misfiring on the second as well. So still scoreless itong Cavite City here sa ating first period. But they do come up with a steal. Teodoro, nakabuelo, sidestepping his way inside, gets the bucket and the foul.
Finally, Cavite City in the 16 under known to close out quarters. We're here in the last 2 minutes of the first. Baka ma-carry on over nila yan, no? Dito sa 18 and under team.
Move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, B-Liga Ready. We do have only 2 and 13. This is that ito na yung parte ng laro natin. Where Cavite City went on those runs dun sa kanilang 16 under team nga. As we have a technical foul called against a PASIG Stallion if I'm not mistaken. Dahil dun sa kanilang uniform infraction. And they're very strict with that one. Sa mga hindi po nakakaalam sa ating mga viewers, anytime you have your jersey untucked and you check into the ball game, you will be called for a technical foul. And even in the pros, Coach F was telling me na talagang Senator Manny Pacquiao, make sure may penalty pa nga yan, may fine kapag natawagan ka niyan in the pro ranks.
So every now and then, we still have that call. Tatawagan pa rin siya. Someone I'm not seeing here for Cavite City so far is their main man. Ito si Bruce Tubong Banwe. Obviously was not in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I don't believe he is in the ball game just yet. So baka nire-reserve pa in the succeeding quarters. Missing short on that turnaround was Makalingkag. 7-3, PASIG Stallions up by 4. Pressure defense from Cavite City. They're making it difficult para sa buhay nito ni Vin Villena. As you get through the lane, blocked by Makalingkag. Loose ball scramble. Couple of players down on the floor. As shot clock will run out para sa PASIG Stallions. This is the intensity that gusto mo makikita pag ikaw ang Cavite City. While you're struggling on the offensive end, hindi mo rin i-allow itong PASIG Stallions anything.
You like how the bench is picking up on that defensive end. Giving them a 24 shot clock violation, not even getting attempt was PASIG there.
Makalingkag. Still short, but nice tip in from Jaime Teodoro. Lead down to 2 now. So mukhang na carry over nitong 18 under team yung patented end of quarter runs. A miss from Makalingkag and Teodoro is getting that tip. Minsan ganun lang, no? You don't necessarily have to get the offensive rebound, just get that ball up once again. Jaime Teodoro already has 5 in this ball game, all the 5 points ng Cavite City.
Making it a 5-0 run as well of his own.
Inbound from the baseline ay itong PASIG. Open for 3 and knocks it down. This is Rafael Lugapo. Iniwang bukas ng Cavite City, making them pay. Lead up to 5 once again, 10-5 from the corner. Shot won't fall there para kay Fernandez. About a 5-second shot clock, game clock difference. And this is you. Hounded by Fernandez. It's an offensive foul. Gonna be called here kontra kay Tangsok.
That is the second illegal screen called on PASIG.
Take another look. Yun nga. Trying to free up itong si Yu. So credit the defense of Fernandez, able to draw that charge. Final shot para di sa Cavite City. 7 seconds to shoot now. Teodoro finds an opening but gets denied. A second left. The heave. Almost. Making it was you. First quarter will end. 10-5, abante ng 5 itong Pasig Stallions. Quite a slow start for both teams. Only 5 points para sa Cavite City here at the end of 10 minutes as we leave you with some highlights brought to us by Chef's Magic.
In that first quarter, we had Pasig go on a 7-0 run, quickly answered by Teodoro with his mini version of a 5-0 run, but it was Lugapo with that 3-pointer to end that mini scoring drought para sa Pasig, going up 10-5.
As this is the first time that Pasig Stallions will be joining in this league, ay talagang pinaghandaan daw nila ito. Katulad nga na nabanggit sa akin ni Andrew Chio, importante daw sa kanya ang maging focus sa loob para daw maiwasan ang turnovers. Also, he mentioned that half of his teammates ay puro bago at ngayon lang daw sila maglalaro as a team. Kaya naman let's see kung ano ipapakita ng Pasig on this game. Jaime and Justin.
Maraming salamat. That was Nicole Lim with that report. And may chemistry issues din pala itong Pasig Stallions. A number of their players, Andrew Chio at least, not quite familiar with. But at least yung core nila, you mentioned nga Justin, has some experience playing together, finishing second in their previous tournament.
Well as this Pasig team, the reason why they have started late in this tournament is kakasimula pa lang ng school year nila. So they haven't really practiced together yet.
And even I think it was their 14 under ba na team that Nicole also reported on earlier na 1 month lang yung naging preparation nila. And while it might seem a lot, but for a school-based team, I would say, that may be limited. Gawa ng bakasyon, no? That's ideally where you can get a lot of practice time, I would say.
Well, syempre sa mga bakasyon nila, you could easily go for vacations, diba? You could get out of shape. So you do need some time to get it back.
Hindi naman na daw kailangan ni Andrew Chio yun. Always in shape. Always Liga ready. Ala pound for pound fitness. Giving us our first 2 of our second period. Matching their biggest lead now at 7, 12-5. Foul on the floor will be called, I believe, against Lugapo. Pull up. Sabi mo nga, he is their primary gunner. Talking about itong si Andrew Chio and just showing us that that's a scorer mentality. Able to create his own shot.
Simple move there, no? 1 dribble pull up. Looking really good.
Walang sayang. Trying to find an open man. They fire from outside. It's a bit off para kay Laksina. Pasig is looking to run. This is Chio. Ball fake and finishing! Despite the defense of Laksina.
Let me do it myself. Just give a fake pass to throw you off guard.
Naman yung galaw na yun. Kakasabi lang natin, B-Liga ready. Bibigyan tayo kagad ng pound for pound fitness foul counted move of this ball game. You just have that feel, no? Parang ang gaan ng bola para dito kay Andrew Chio.
Well, does have some great size on him. And that ability to outrun his defenders. Also nice shooting stroke.
It's 8 now para kay Andrew. Leading all scorers. Double-digit advantage now para sa Pasig, 15-5. Laksina thought about the 3. He will try once again. That time short. Good offensive rebound and a putback. Will miss, but headed to the line is Villena.
I like how assistant coach Russell Raipon described itong si Andrew Chio. Hindi niya sinabing shooter siya, hindi niya sinabing slasher. Sabi niya, he is our main scorer.
That shows you na talagang he can hurt you in different ways. Villena still can't get the first free throw para sa Cavite, I don't think. 1 out of 7. So nakaisa in that first period. Almost thought they haven't gotten a lone free throw. And there you go, Villena getting the first point para sa Cavite City. bring this lead down to 9, 15-6. 2 minutes gone by dito sa ating second quarter.
So far, no, wala pang no Bruce Tubong Banwe. Maybe he is not here today. Something that Nicole probably can get an inside scoop on.
Mararamdaman mo rin, no? Pag wala kang mapuntahan who you were able to rely on in your previous games. Chance for others, obviously, to step in. They come up with a steal. Laksina to the middle. Contact and the bucket. There you go. A couple of three-pointers missing kanina para kay Laksina. That time, getting it closer. Sama mo pa ng foul. This first two of the ball game, giving us yet another pound-for-pound fitness foul-counted move. Liga ready. For the first time today, a look at our quarter scene stealer brought to us by Chef's Magic. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic condiments brings the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. PASIG Stallions 15, Cavite City 8. Bit of a low-scoring affair we're seeing so far, Justin. No? Similar to that previous ball game nga. You know, both teams, I wouldn't say struggling from the field. Itong Pasig is shooting 46%. But nevertheless, hinahanap pa nila yung kanilang bearings offensively. Ang good news, their defense has made it difficult nga para dito sa Cavite City. Only 8 points, close to a minute and a quarter dito sa ating first half.
And you can see Pasig really forcing a lot of turnovers there. However, on their end, sila rin, marami na rin turnovers, 8. You know, they did get the steals, pero a couple of careless passes, no, not being able to convert on them.
Pulling up for a 3-ball. Andrew Chio showing us everything dito sa first half. So, kung he's our main scorer, I think enough evidence, Justin.
Scoring about 66%, 12 points out of the 18 for Pasig.
Showing us a variety of moves, middies, that 3-ball, showing us he has that stroke from the line. Chio once again. That time too strong. Secure the rebound is Villena. Lead back to 10, 18-8. Approaching the 6.5 mark dito sa ating second half as our officials say too much pressure from Andrew Chio. Meanwhile, balik muna tayo kay Nicole for a report.
After the tough loss of Cavite City during their previous game, they will be sticking daw with their same system. But on this game, mas pinaghandaan nila ang kanilang press break dahil doon daw sila nagkakaroon ng turnovers. Also, Coach Timothy mentioned that half of their players ay hindi makakapaglaro dahil nasa kanya-kanyang family vacation. Kaya naman next man up daw at dapat laging handa ang ibang bench players. Jaime and Justin.
Thank you once again. That was Nicole Lim helping us navigate the sidelines for all the four games ngayong Sabado. And that just might be the answer na hinahanap mo, Justin, kung bakit number of players para sa Cavite City aren't available for this particular matchup. As Chio falling away. 14 now para kay Andrew.
Naman pala, nagbakasyon lang yung mga players.
Ano si Chio, no? No vacation for him. Pero gusto niya maagang pa bakasyonin itong Cavite City the way he's performing.
No vacations indeed. Yung bakasyon niya is
maglaro pa rin.
Oo.
Good aggressive drive there. Almost an end one. Para kay Marlo Alacapa. Has to earn it from the stripe instead. But as Nicole mentioned, opportunity for the other players para dito sa Cavite City. Just step in, maybe players that have had limited minutes in their previous 3 assignments na mag-audition din. No? Show Coach Timothy, Coach Potit na pwede nyo pa ako ibabad. Even if magbalik na yung kanilang mga key players.
But so far, it has been Teodoro leading them. That mini 5-0 run of his own.
20-10, Stallions. Abante pa rin dito. Chio once again. The traveling violation will be called against Nathan Sia.
Lifting that pivot foot before the dribble was Sia.
Quite a common error, I would say, for these young kids that still have to get the hang of yung usually sinasabi sa akin ni Renzo Navarro, a 2-foot gather kadalasan would be the best way to go about it.
Familiar face checking in the ball game. Keith Henson.
Ring that layup to fall para sa Cavite City. That was Dominic Makalingkag. Go to Chio once again. Pull up against Alacapa. Bit off. Rebound battle. Trying to fight for it, but stepping on the baseline. Babalik ang bola sa Cavite City. Unable to save it was Avelino.
A bit of a tough shot doon, no? Para kay Chio. Heavily contested.
You just have that feel that he has that license to shoot. Able to just bigay mo sa kanya yung bola. Able to create a shot for himself. Although in this instance, will take a breather. Replaced by Wesley Yu. This is Teodoro. Alacapa. Trying to set up Laksina. Or that was Habana rather. It's another turnover para sa Cavite City. Yu, they go to the corner. Off, Sia secures the offensive rebound. Another 3-ball. And that time, able to get it is Wesley Yu.
Oh, Wesley Yu scoring his 6th point. He was the first one to score the basket for Pasig. Coming off the bench. Once again, making an impact.
What you like dito sa mga players ng Pasig Stallions, right? I mean, Andrew Chio is their main scorer, but with him on the bench, nakikita mo yung mga players, all the confidence din to be able to get those shots up, as Yu already has 6. Babawi ba Cavite City? That shot might have been partially blocked. Yu, this is D rather. Good adjustment, gets his own miss. Gets stripped. We run to the other end. Almost a steal para dito sa Pasig. Losing it on the sideline was Alacapa. 3:02 remaining dito sa ating first half. Tawag muna ng timeout ang Cavite City. (23-12) Pasig. Still up by 11. 3:02 remaining dito sa ating first half of action. The Stallions just kind of know what they're executing dito sa ating laro so far, Justin. Andrew Chio, whether he's on or off the floor. System-wise, napapatakbo nitong Pasig so far. And Cavite City, quite a struggle to get those points up from the field. And maybe the lack of that go-to scorer na sinasabi mo, Bruce Tubong Banwe. Not available here para sa Cavite City.
Cavite still struggling to find another scorer for their team. But on the other hand, for Pasig, it is only 3 guys who have scored the basketball for them. Of course, Chio with 14. We have Wesley Yu with 6 points and Lugapo with a 1 3-pointer earlier in the first.
Kick out. D is open. Gets another 3 para sa Pasig Stallions. That's their 4th 3-point conversion. So outside shots has been the formula para nga dito sa Pasig. Lead up to 14 now, 26-12. But an answer is Cavite City. Ko Another outside shot. That time off on the attempt. Hit one earlier was Wesley Yu. Not that time. Balasa muli dito ang Pasig. In for the first time is Alfred Crespo. Fernandez trying to get the ball across. Goes to Teodoro. It's the way you break that press. Sorry, miss though para kay Makalingkag.
Good drive to the basket, pero yun lang. Just linuwa na naman ng ring for Makalingkag.
Yu floats it up. Rattles out. Able to fight for that offensive rebound is Pasig and working. On that short stab is D.
Another player that Coach Russell highlighted, itong si Edwin D. He said that he is the type of player that, that does all the intangibles for them, rebounds and defense, pero slowly also working on his offensive game.
At least yung ituturo mo is more the offensive production, no? Pero kung lockdown defender na itong si D, hindi mo rin matuturo yan, no? Mahirap din i-develop on a certain type of players. As we see Yu get fouled on that penetration. Teodoro called for his second. Tama mo yung banggahan dito. Pag 18 under deviation na, iba rin yung mga collations natin eh. There's a lot more impact. You arguing that he should have been given 2 free throws.
Iba na rin yung mga built ng batang to.
Is D getting some instructions before he takes a breather on the bench? It's Crespo. Trying to be a bit fancy. Turns it over. Lead at 16 para sa Pasig Stallions, 28-12. Limiting itong Cavite City to just 7 points here sa ating second quarter. Almost another turnover but a foul, says our officials. So going to the line para sa Cavite City. I believe this is Ino Fernandez.
Crespo coming in the game a little bit too aggressive. Going for that reach-in foul.
Welcome development para naman dito sa Cavite City because they've been struggling from the field so far. Only 19% shooting. 4 out of 21. So free throw shooting could be where they can rely on to get that production. 5 out of 12 after that conversion.
Cavite City not getting into any sort of rhythm here in the first half.
Ang hirap din talaga makahanap ng any type of rhythm. And even when you thought may pumapasok na para dito sa Cavite City, the defense of Pasig Stallions in that full court press, just making it very difficult for you to set up.
Oh, yeah. Funny you should say yung setup. No? They haven't been able to get into their offensive sets because of those double teams, yung mga full court press, and then they're forced to take rushed shots in their offensive side.
You couldn't hit on the 3. They get another opportunity. About a 3-second shot clock, game clock difference. Trying to hold for virtually the last shot. Sia offering the pick. Open for that jumper. Couldn't get it to fall was Gensolin. Another opportunity. Ayaw pa rin para sa Pasig. But nevertheless, Pasig. It has been all Pasig dito sa ating first 2 quarters, Justin. They're up by 14, 28-14 at the end of our first half. So look at some highlights dito brought to us by Chef's Magic.
All Pasig and mostly Antonio with 14 points in the first half. Chipping in is Wesley Yu and Edwin D with 6 and 5 respectively. For the side of Cavite City, still struggling, but hopefully they can adjust and get it going in the second half.
Been quite a struggle indeed, and abante nga ng 14 ang Pasig Stallions, 28-14 at the half.
kasama ko ngayon para sa ating halftime interview ang assistant coach ng PASIG Stallions na si Coach Russell Rapon. Coach Russell, since this is the first game of your players, was there any doubt or pressure on your team?
Nice to meet you. I think for us, it's really a process of getting better every time I see the floor. So the pressure for our team is to make sure that we're following the game plan, that we're making sure we're keying into our offensive and defensive goals, and just playing hard and playing the PASIG Stallions style of basketball.
Coach Russell, is there anyone you wanted to greet or to give shout out that is currently watching us now?
Yeah, you know what? I think my family in Fresno, California is watching, so Pops, happy early Father's Day. Hi to my moms. I do want to thank all of our supporters for our PASIG Stallions program. We thank you for coming out and being here to support our boys.
Once again, thank you, Coach Russell Rapon, and I'll be turning over to our panel, Jaime and Justin.
Maraming salamat, Nicole. At the half, it's 28-14. Cavite City trailing by 14 points contra the PASIG Stallions in this 18 under division battle. It has been quite the first two quarters para nga dito sa PASIG Stallions. Andrew Chio just showing us why he is the main scorer for this PASIG team. Already 14 to his name. And dito nga sa Cavite City, just 5 points in that first period, 9 in the second. Shooting hasn't been a premium here for the White Shirts.
We were talking about it. It was the full court press, giving Cavite City difficulty getting into their offensive sets. And as we can see, yung field goal percentage nga, 42% for PASIG and only 19% for Cavite. Pero sa 3-point field goals rin, 50% on the side of PASIG, and Cavite has not been able to hit outside. Of course, Cavite looking for more spark off their bench and not being able to do so in the first half, only scoring 3 points off of their off of the guys coming off of the bench.
Just a lone assist as well. No? The difficulty talagang executing dito para sa Cavite City. And while we could always point out yung kanilang execution, it has been PASIG really making it very difficult nga para sa Cavite to execute anything. Makatawid mo pa nga lang yung bola is already a challenge here para sa Cavite City. Let's see some adjustments na meron sila dito sa ating second half to maybe create some openings, especially for yung kanilang go-to guy, itong si Jaime Teodoro, at least for this ball game, trying to step in the absence of Bruce Tubong Banwe. But before we resume our second half of action, fan of the game brought to us by True Tea Iced Tea, spotting someone in the crowd who's been cheering non-stop, full of energy, and bringing all the good vibes here in this game. And you know what they say, the coolest fan deserves the coolest iced tea. Congratulations to our fan of the game. You're getting a refreshing treat from True Tea Iced Tea, a no sugar added iced tea. Stay cool with True Tea Iced Tea. The goodness of iced tea without the sugar. Well, the struggles nitong Cavite City, you would argue that they can maybe get some sugar going. No? Dito sa kanilang opensa, 19% from the field as you pointed out, Justin. What would you like to see more para dito sa Cavite City to maybe inch back into this ball game now trailing by 14?
They have to figure out how to get the ball across. You know, sometimes they do. You have to credit PASIG for playing very patient defense. Pero yun na nga, the main point of that pressure is of course to yung mabawasan yung shot clock para you force your opponents into a rushed shot. So Cavite has to find how to break that, and maybe like we said earlier, no, pag makatakbo ka, when you break the press, just go for easy layups.
See, that will be the adjustment nga para dito sa Cavite City. They will pull the trigger. That's a perfect execution para to begin this third quarter. That three-pointer falling para kay Jaime Habana. So a couple of Jaimes producing dito para sa Cavite City.
Pwede rin naman palang outside shooting yung sagot.
It's their first three-pointer after 12 attempts. Medyo masigip sa loob, but a foul gonna be whistled here. 3 white shirts now trying to contain itong si Andrew Chio. This is, kumbaga, after that first half performance, Justin, if ikaw naman talaga itong Cavite City, this is one player that you wouldn't want to, at least gusto mong mabitawan na lang niya yung bola and try the others to beat you.
Definitely a deadly player once he holds the basketball. Definitely a deadly player once he holds that basketball.
Three-pointer from the corner is off para kay Yu. We run to the other end. Lead sila at 11. Kick out, another 3. That time off para kay Alacapa. But mukhang may concerted effort, Justin, itong Cavite City at least to begin this third period to fire those 3-pointers. No? Baka yun nga ang magpapahabol sa kanila.
Oh, well, medyo masikip nga yung paint for them nung first half. So what way to get that paint para lumawag with the outside shot.
And they do come up with a steal and a breakaway layup para dito kay Laksina. So 5-0 run, bibitawan ng Cavite City to begin the third.
Might just be that spark off the bench itong si Laksina.
Nice setup job there para kay Yu, but misfiring underneath was Lagar. Trying to go ahead to Alacapa. Finds himself free but overshoots. Still, better opportunities na kukuha nitong Cavite City dito sa ating third quarter. Kick out. Chio from the corner. Gets it to go. Chio now has 17. Tipin mo yun, nag-ahabol tong Cavite City. 5-0 run. Just go to Andrew Chio. Pamatay sunog.
Yeah, you don't need much for Andrew Chio to get going.
They miss inside is Pasig, as a foul will be whistled here against the Stallions. Lance Tangsok will be called for his second personal. Trying to wrestle that ball away from Marlo Alacapa. This is Alacapa. It's second violation. Even when Pasig is not putting in a lot of pressure, I would say. Talagang nahihirapan itong Cavite City, itong PASIG Stallions at the back of their heads. Feeling mo, after that first half pressure na in-apply nila.
Maybe, it is getting into their heads na they've committed a couple of turnovers. They have to have that next play mentality na kalimutan mo yung nangyari in the past and just move forward and learn.
Good deflection there para dito kay Ivan Laksina. Just 5 seconds to work with para sa PASIG Stallions. Still up by 12, 31-19. Approaching the 6.5 mark dito sa ating third quarter. They go outside. Shot clock is down to 3. Chio doesn't know it. Pulls up for 3. Bit off to the left. As the ball will hit the top of the board, it appears. And it will go back to Cavite City.
Just has that ability to get himself open. As you saw, yung in and out dribble niya, created some separation and had a good look with the shot clock running down.
Yun naman yung maganda sa pag may ganyan kang player, Justin, right? Like, okay, shot clock winding down. Maybe not enough time for you to execute anything, but you can rely on him to just trust na makakahanap nga siya ng tira.
Yun yung pinag-uusapan natin earlier, before the first game. Na sometimes in basketball, you just need that player you don't have to draw X's and O's for, who can create a shot for himself and win the game for you in crunch time.
Alacapa earlier hitting on that jumper, but Andrew Chio continuing his hot streak dito sa ating third period, already has 20.
20 na. 8 out of 12 shooting. That's about 70%.
So nakuha mong scouting report nga that Andrew Chio, main scorer. Yep. No arguments here as Jaime Teodoro trying to be that scorer din para dito sa Cavite City. Already has 7 of his own. Inching Cavite City to within 11.
Jaime Teodoro really has to step up more. He was held scoreless in that second quarter.
I have the feel na itong Cavite City has a bit more flow dito sa ating third quarter. I think that first 3-pointer to begin the quarter, medyo nagpaluwag din nung ano nila, that maybe some tension na nararamdaman nila struggling from the field in the first half. Pass a bit wayward but recovered here by the Stallions. Able to split his defenders. Shot clock is down to 3. Do they know it? As they run out of time. Something that could give you some energy. Talking about it on Cavite City. Coming up with that 24-second shot clock violation.
Not the first time they did it this quarter. One of the few possessions in this third quarter. They were able to force that 24-second shot clock.
Pati yung depensa nila, medyo hinihigpitan na nila dito sa ating second half. Trying to make this a single-digit lead. Pull up. Finishing off the glass, Jaime Habana.
They have out. They have outscored past Arthur. 11-6. And imagine if Andrew Chio didn't make those 2 3-pointers, this would be around a 5-point ball game.
So see a player down on the floor para sa Cavite City. Slow to get up. Nice to see him back on his own 2 feet. Might have hit his head holding on to the back of it. This is JUAN Villena. Very unfortunate. Kakapasok pa lang yan dito sa ating laro. It will go back to Cavite City. Can get the ball across but tap from behind. So another steal here para sa Pasig. Ong. Short on the 3. It will stay with Pasig. Shot clock will reset to 17.
And despite that, them coming up with the more fluidity in their offense, they really do have to take care of those turnovers at the backcourt.
They have to take care of Andrew Chio. Another 3 ball para kay Andrew. Make that 23 now in this game. Another steal para sa Stallions. This time finishing is James Sia.
So that layup by Sia, tying the scoring once again here in the third quarter.
Lead up to 14, 39-25. Spin cycle, eluding the defense of D. What a move para dito kay Philip Castillo.
Great shot in traffic there. The use of the spin, going up for that jump stop. 2-point basket.
Ong short on that attempt. Takbo tayo sa kabila. Looking to attack. Uro. It's a bit too strong. Good coverage there from Chua. Chio trying to muscle his way inside. Second attempt para sa Pasig. They find Ong open. And gets a free fall. It's Marcos Gabriel Ong. So, talagang yung 3-pointers. Nagpapaulan dito ang Pasig. Make that 8 3-pointers in this game so far.
Marcos Ong joining the 3-point party.
Habana asking for it. Gets another one. So opening up the quarter with a 3. Getting his second of the quarter. 8 points now para kay Habana. Lead back to a dozen. Less than 2 minutes to play dito sa ating third quarter. Kaya naman niya pala hiningi. Was wide open. Knocking down his second 3 of the game.
The 18 and under version of Caleb Liwanag.
No lead just yet though para sa Cavite City as Andrew Chio making sure. Just showing us everything itong si Andrew Chio.
Making us sound like a broken record there, no?
This game is just so simple, I would say. Nothing too flashy. You know, hindi naman niya tayo bibigyan ng mga tween-tween, criss-cross. Wala rin eh. Just simple basketball para kay Andrew Chio. Very efficient, 25 points.
I believe yung pinakamaganda niyang galaw na kanina was that double in and out dribble.
To a miss.
Yeah.
Pero yun nga. If just good balance, no? Meron itong si Andrew Chio.
That move wasn't even a fancy move, just the right move at the right time.
Itong trap na naman ng PASIG Stallions, making it difficult para sa Cavite City. Paras, dips it, 0 for 2.
That was Riley Paras.
Kung sanang sabing shades of his father, Benji eh. Pero kung si Coach Benji yun, baka dinakdak na daw niya. Lead back to a dozen. Only 22 seconds remaining dito sa ating third quarter. Foul will be whistled here against the Stallions. That's James Sia.
Still not in the penalty.
Still have 2 more. They just might give it up to avoid itong Cavite City to get a basket with the final 19 seconds ng ating third. But instead, they turn it over. Chio once again. What a move. I'm running out of superlatives na pwede nating magamit dito kay Andrew Chio. 27 points in just 3 quarters.
Pero tama nga, no? It is just his balance. Even in a simple sidestep move, you can see that he does maintain it and just has enough core strength para matira yung floater.
I honestly thought he was taking it on the left side, finishing with his left hand. But instead, sabi mo nga, reading that defense and going to that floater. And you can't do that kung hindi nga matibay yung core strength mo.
Showing us the full arsenal. A couple of jumpers from the three-point line, from the perimeter. Drives to the basket. And then soft touch rin sa floater.
Just 1.5 seconds remaining. Ibabalik nga siya dito for this last possession. Trying to go inside. Caught the defense napping. And Chio, kaya naman siya pinasok, connecting with Richard Herrero for the final bucket of the PASIG Stallions here in the third period. Now creating this 16-point advantage, 48-32 heading into our last quarter. So we look at some highlights brought to us by Chef's Magic.
And despite Cavite City starting out this third quarter well, they still have been outscored by PASIG, especially with that last basket care of Richard Herrero. Put him up by 16.
Malok at our Chef's Magic quarter scene stealer. Our lucky security guard makakakuha ng ating Chef's Magic goodies. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic condiments brings the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. Fourth quarter just about ready to resume in this 18-under battle between the Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy and the PASIG Stallions. A rubber match between these two teams. 14 under, it was Cavite City securing their 4th straight victory. Still undefeated dito sa ating season number 3. PASIG Stallions naman in that 16 under matchup able to win in their debut. Gustong i-replicate nitong PASIG Stallions sa ating 18 under division.
And PASIG putting themselves in a good situation here in the 4th and final quarter and get that match.
Habana, short on that attempt. Played well in that third period. Itong Cavite City, that was their best quarter performance. 18 points after scoring just, I believe, 14 in the first 2 quarters. So makikita mo yung rhythm nila, nahanap na nila. But unfortunately for them, the PASIG Stallions, hindi rin naman nag-dip yung kanilang opensa.
Nagpahuli si Andrew single-handedly made a 6-0 run of his own with hitting 2 3-pointers in that mid-third.
Parang yun lang yung pupunta ka na kay Andrew Chio whenever you feel like you don't have anything going. It's Castillo with a easy S2 para sa Cavite City ngayong araw to cut the lead down to 8 dozen once again, 48-36. So you like that Cavite City is keeping a step nga dito sa PASIG Stallions. This could have been a bigger lead, no? If maaga pa lang sumuko na to itong Cavite City.
You like that run in the third quarter nga na ginawa ng Cavite City. Finding their range from the outside, giving them different looks aside from those inside points earlier.
Pag na-activate din yung outside shooting, mahirap din nga ma-contain itong Cavite City. Meanwhile, balik muna tayo kay Nicole for a report.
A quick update lang para dito kay Juan Villena. As per the medic, nasiko ang kanyang labi that caused the bleeding. Pero tolerable at kailangan lang niya magpahinga saglit. And also during the halftime break, ibinahagi nga sa akin ni Coach Potti that he's happy sa nagiging improvement ni Jaime Teodoro as he's contributing points for their team. Dagdag pa niya, halos buong teenage life ni Teodoro ay nasubaybayan niya as he mentioned na umalis ito ng varsity team just to show his commitment at para mag-focus sa kanilang academy. Jaime and Justin.
Thank you. That was Nicole Lim with that report. And Jaime Teodoro, you did say, even before the game started, Justin, no, na isa nga ito sa mga players that Cavite City would typically rely on and showing that dedication nga sa kanilang MTJH Basketball Academy.
Oh, so of course, those are the main guys, no, for Cavite City, talking about Jaime Teodoro. And syempre, wala yung services ni Blues Tubong Banware today.
Put back para kay Villena, plus the foul, or no basket, says our officials. Foul was on the floor. Out of nowhere, getting that offensive rebound. It's 48-36. Sabante pa rin ng 12 dito ang Pasig Stallions. 7:39 left dito sa ating laro. Yu draws the contact against Castillo. Heads to the line for a couple. Wesley Yu so far in this ball game, 6 points, 5 rebounds to go with 2 assists. Off on that first attempt. One of the few players, no, still sporting that headband. I think more common sa football. Nakikita ko to, but it's nice to see that it's making its way around the basketball scene. This is Villena. Now Uro, directing traffic para sa Cavite City. Pulling up, Corinaga down. Another offensive rebound para kay Villena. That time couldn't get it to fall. Takbo dito ang Pasig. It's Yu. Kick out. Getting the bump. Headed to the line para sa Pasig Stallions. This is Richard Herrero.
One of the bright spots of Cavite City is itong si Villena. You like how he attacks the rim, you know, with the absence of one of their key players. One of the players that you know, showing that he can step up here for Coach Putit.
We're talking about kanina nga, Justin, who among these players would be able to kind of show yung kanilang coaches that additional minutes dapat makuha nila in their future ball games. Obviously, this is not the start na hinahanap mo if ikaw ang Cavite City sa 18 under division, still searching for that first victory. But if you have more players getting that confidence in as time goes by, who knows, no? They can make that run to end itong ating elimination round and put themselves in a position to get into the playoffs.
You like Ana, who has chipped in 8 points for them, as well as Laksina.
You will misfire from beyond the arc. Lead at 13, 49-36. It's a long way to go. 6:40 remaining dito sa ating ball game. See if Cavite City can make one big run. Try to threaten to come back. Fernandez open in the corner. Malakas. Villena, yet another offensive rebound. This is Habana using the spin cycle. Trying to draw the foul, no whistle. Go back to Chio. Looking to dance. Steps in. Setting up this 3-ball para kay Yu. Ayaw pa rin mahulog.
That was a nice play though. Inside-outside attack for Pasig. Nakita mo yung 3-point shot. Libreng-libre dun sa corner. No help defense there for Cavite City.
This was the foul called against Yu. May that team foul number 3 para sa Pasig. Fernandez. Trying to go inside to Villena. Good deflection there. Stallions come up with another steal. Chua leading the break. Layup too strong. Habana secures the board. Habana pa rin. Now Fernandez. Villena asking for it. Take out Habana. Just 9 to shoot para sa Cavite City. Couldn't convert is Villena. A couple of baskets inside. Ayaw mahulog para dito kay Villena.
Gotta give credit to the interior defense naman of Pasig. Getting a hand up on Villena, making it tough for him to get his floater.
Making it tough there was Habana para kay Chio. That's really all you could do against the offense nga ni Andrew Chio. Just make him make tough shots. Nice setup job from Villena, but couldn't get the bounce as Alacapa. Struggles continue para dito sa Cavite City. They're getting those looks. Hindi lang talaga nahuhulog so far in this game. Score. Off to the right. Secured by Fernandez, but look at that. Very pesky defender. Was Lugapo coming up with that steal. Four and 34 remaining dito sa ating ball game. Both teams struggling dito sa fourth period. Cavite only 4 points, and look at this, Pasig just a lone point dito sa ating fourth period, but nevertheless, abante pa rin sila dito ng 13 points.
And I was about to say, medyo matagal na rin di nakascore itong si Andrew Chio.
And you were saying, Justin? He has 27 in the first 3 quarters. A chance to add to that dito sa ating fourth period. Certainly a player dito sa ating 18 under division that the future teams na makakaharap nitong Pasig Stallions have to be wary about. Dahil sabi mo nga, hindi siya shooter, hindi siya slasher, he's a scorer.
He just get
walking bucket, although missing on that first try. Getting the second, 28 now para kay Chio. Pressure once again, prepared dito ng Pasig Stallions. Up by 14, 50 to 36. Have caused a number of turnovers para dito sa Cavite City using this full court press. Almost another one. Laksina, power dribble and a two.
That is the 6th point of Laksina. Off the bench, showing us that he is that spark.
Under 4 minutes to play with. Lead at 12. Still manageable if ikaw itong Cavite City. You can go on that big run na hinahanap mo nga kanina pa. 3-pointer won't fall para sa Stallions. Another opportunity para sa Cavite City makalapit. Makalingkag. Now Laksina. Thinking 3. Pulls the trigger and gets it to go is Villena.
This is a big shot para sa Cavite City. Villena draining a 3-pointer from the top of the... He's cutting it down to single digits now.
Nagising siya after that elbow that he received earlier. But Chio, time and time again, if you're going on a run, wala namang problema. I could answer that on my own. Lead back to 11 as Chio already has 30. Good pass, but Villena denied. Haba din ito nilagam.
Parang nagulat din si Villena dun sa pasa na yun. Wasn't expecting it right away.
Chio once again. This time Laksina shadowing him. Goes to the finger roll and gets a bounce. Andrew Chio just doing everything para sa Pasig Stallions. Lead back to 13, 54 to 41 as Andrew Chio has 32 to his name. Beautiful. Andrew Chio showing us how it's done. Back with the last 2:34 of this ball game. It's 54-41. Cavite City trailing by 13 against the PASIG Stallions. And itong Cavite City, you could argue, Justin, yun nga, in the second half, able to score 18 in that third period. 9 here in the fourth. Actually, outscoring itong PASIG, but very difficult to inch closer when yung opponent mo has Andrew Chio to put out the fire every time.
Yeah, Cavite has done a good job, finally getting some sort of groove into their offense in the second half. Pero time and time again, every time nagkaka-mini run sila, it has always been Andrew Chio answering that call.
Loose ball foul will be whistled here against Villena, and it appears to be an unsportsmanlike foul. They will have to take another look. That was Tangsok. Getting that contact kontra kay Villena. This is one player that you did say, Justin, has played well as well dito sa Cavite City. Talking about Vin Villena. Giving them several opportunities on the glass. In that instance, trying to secure that offensive rebound. He's arguing na hinahawakan nga daw ang kanyang jersey, but that elbow might have been the cause of why that unsportsmanlike foul was called.
A little extra motion there, galing kay Vin Villena.
You like how Tansok just walked away? Parang not a lot of reaction na binigay niya despite that hard contact.
Kumbaga, panalo na eh.
So just 2-17 remaining in this ball game. This is the last game of the three-game set nga ng PASIG Stallions and the Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy. Cavite City still searching for that first victory dito sa ating season number 3, 0-3 to start their season. Para naman sa Stallions, this is their debut ball game, and what a debut it has been. Not just for the Stallions, but more importantly, ito ang si Andrew Chio. 32 points and still 2-17 remaining in this game.
Also a couple of players that that were impressive for PASIG. Of course, you have itong si Wesley Yu, who started the ball game with a three-pointer. Coming off the bench, making immediate impacts, hitting some jumpers. You also have itong si Edwin D, who was mentioned by Coach Russell. He is that guy na yung mga intangibles ginagawa niya. Going for those loose balls, getting those rebounds, extra possessions para sa team nila. And you like that he also has been working on his offensive game. Showed us na a couple of floaters have been hit. Sidestep moves.
And ito naman yung purpose, di ba, ng ating Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Platform for these kids to develop themselves further. Right? Facing tough and higher competition. Coach Willie Wilson here getting an explanation from our officials. Not sure if the call will stand because they already reviewed it a couple of times. Yung elbow nga.
It was Vin Villena.
Taking them quite some time to make an official call. Final 2-17 dito sa ating laro. Still 54-41. Pasig Stallions enjoying this 13-point advantage. Karamihan ng talo ng Cavite City, you did say, Justin, kanina that they were just around this margin.
Oh. Their previous loss against Quezon City was at 13 points.
So they're taking another look dito sa contact nga na yun. After that miss from the other Villena. Lance Tangsok was the one in that possession battle contra Vin Villena. No arguments there coming from Vin Villena as well. No? Just made his way to the bench, understanding na nga, malamang sa malamang ay uupo siya for that mandatory 3-minute break.
That will mean, if matuloy nga itong sportsman-like foul, that will be the end for Vin Villena for this ball game. So that will merit him a 3 minutes on the bench.
Foul on number 7 of PASIG Stallions, Lance Tangsok. That is third personal foul. Disqualifying foul on number 41 of Cavite City, Vin Villena. Vin Villena is out of the play court.
And that's the call. So Tangsok with personal foul. Yun nga, yung tugging on that jersey of Vin Villena. Unfortunately para kay Vin Villena, he will be called for a disqualifying foul. Above the shoulders yung kanyang naging contact. It's not just your typical unsportsmanlike foul. That would be a mandatory 3-minute break. That would be it for the afternoon nga nito ni Vin Villena. Tangsok on the line for a couple of free throws, extending this lead now, hitting on that first. As ball possession will stay with the PASIG Stallions, 2:17 remaining.
Tok there goes, splits his free throws.
Open for that three. Couldn't get it to fall, but good execution there para sa Stallions to free up. I believe that was Mackenzie Chua with that attempt. Lilipad. Nailang sa depensa itong si Makalingkag. Final 2 minutes of action dito sa ating ball game. As the Stallions just looking to slow things down. Chio. Stepping in. Another bucket para kay Andrew Chio. 34 now.
Just another simple move in traffic. Pivoting his way to the rim.
What a performance for this young kid. No? Talaga nagpapakilala dito sa ating junior MPBL. Alakapa. Missing on the layup. So nothing going the way of Cavite City talaga dito sa ating fourth period. Despite limiting, I would say, itong PASIG Stallions. They also weren't able to get their offense going the same way they did on that third quarter.
Because in that third quarter, umangat na rin yung field goal percentage na eh. From the halftime na it was at 19%. Went up to 35%. But struggling once again here in the fourth quarter.
That's an easy bucket para dito sa Cavite City. Makalingkag. Give him 6 to go with 5 rebounds. 59-43. 16-point lead pa rin para sa PASIG Stallions. Final 48 seconds ng ating laro. Chio once again will operate para sa PASIG. Looking to drop it off, but ball goes back to Cavite City. Cavite City will call for a timeout. Final 40 seconds of this ball game, down by 16. (59-43), still a 16-point lead para sa Pasig Stallions against the Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy with 40.1 seconds remaining here in this ball game. Just game number 3 of a 9-game schedule. Atid sa inyo naman ni Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino on this game day Saturday. Mula pa rin nga dito sa XAVIER School in San Juan. It's the Stallions looking to make this a 2-1 victory sa kanilang best of 3 set. Just dropping yung kanilang 14 under game kanina. Was a close ball game as well, no? Itong 14 and 16 natin. At unfortunately for Cavite City, even when they're trying to go on these runs, I think the lowest it has been was 9 points at 1 point dito sa ating second half. But the Stallions just relying on the offensive prowess nito ni Andrew Chio to just douse some fire every time na gusto palang magsimula nitong Cavite City.
Even from the start, Pasig had control. They did go up 8-0 right away, and had that. They set the tone for this ball game, and they had that double-digit lead for most of the first half.
That is pocket pick was Chio. As Laksina got the lead down to 14. Just 12 seconds remaining. They get it ahead. As Pasig probably just dribble out the clock. So Lagar will be called for a traveling violation. Only 2.2 seconds before we end game number 3 of this Saturday. Coming right up, of course, is the battle between the Antipolo JY Titans and the Binyanta Gel Emeralds Lamtex. Players now preparing on the opposite court dito sa ating XAVIER School. The Pasig Stallions, wire-to-wire victory. 59-45 will be our final score as Cavite City will slide to 0-4 dito sa ating season number 3. Stallions securing their first victory in their debut sa ating Manny Pacquiao Season 3. And this is quite an introduction para sa Pasig Stallions sa 18 under, especially for this young man, itong si Andrew Chio.
It was all Andrew Chio, showing us a very efficient ball game, shooting about 60+% from his field goal percentage and going 4 out of 4 from 3 points. On the other side, the man for Cavite City, nothing to be ashamed of. They were missing the services of their main man, Bruce Tabung Banwe, but you like how other players stepped up. Ito nga si Vin Villena as well as Habana with 8 points. Hit 2 3-pointers to start that third quarter. Siya yung nagsimula nung just the turnaround in their offensive sets.
Unfortunately, yun nga, still searching for their first victory itong Cavite City, Justin, and this is not yet the game that they can do that. Obviously missing a number of players as well outside of Bruce Tubong Banwe, as reported by Nicole Lim, which could have played a part as they struggled offensively, shooting 19% from that first half nga, Justin. Nagising kanilang opensa in that third period, but they just weren't able to sustain it. But one player that shined the most, Andrew Chio, kasama ni Nicole Lim. Siya ang ating ihirangin Chef's Magic Player of the Game.
Mga kaliga, kasama ko ngayon ang ating Chef's Magic, a player of the game from Pasig Stallions. We have Andrew Chio. Andrew, as this is your first win for this season, what adjustments did you do for you to step up on this game?
It's all mental. I just focused, got in a good rhythm in the start of the game, so I just continued to do that throughout the whole game.
Andrew, is there anyone you wanted to greet or to give shout out?
Just everyone supporting XAVIER, my family, coaches, teammates. That's all.
Once again, congratulations to our player of the game at sa buong Pasig Stallions. And now, let's take a look to our assist man and defensive player of the game, Jaime and Justin.
Maraming salamat muli, Nicole Lim. Congratulations, Andrew Chio being our Chef's Magic player of the game. Siyempre, hindi naman magpapauli ang kanyang teammates. This is Wesley Yu. Siya ang ating ihirangin. The Hustle Club Defensive Player of the Game. 6 rebounds para kay Wesley in this debut game of the Pasig Stallions. Don Benitos. Assist man of the game naman is James Sia. 4 assists. All smiles for the Black Shirts. They will also secure this 2-1 series victory kontra the Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy. Game number 4 coming right up. It is the 14-under battle between the Antipolo JY Titans and the Binyan Tatak Gel Emerald Slamtex. Diyan lamang po kayo. More of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL when we return.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan.